Земля для мене це перш за все любов.
Land for me is first of all love. Here we lovingly grow chickens on this land. A spikelet rises from a seed. The soil for us is like Mother Earth because it bears the fruits of our labor. I enjoy watching how chicks hatch from eggs and how they grow into chickens. Going out through the fields to pick berries is a very pleasant experience for me. I am at a loss for words to describe this sensation. Oleksandr Shcherbyna is engaged in organic poultry farming. A year ago, he bought 2 hectares of land certified as organic, and today he complies with the standards. He does not use any fertilizers or mixed fodder. Previously, these were fields of land on which berries grew. This neophyte farmer finished the construction of a spacious farm, especially for raising and feeding chickens. Our chicken coops meet the organic standards. They contain rules for keeping chickens and cattle. The number of square meters is calculated according to the head count needed for each chicken and cattle. The standards also indicate how many roosts there must be and the time that is needed to take the cows out to pasture. The chickens of Oleksandr Shcherbyna are living a great life. The norm is 6 hens per 1 square meter. Each has 4 meters. If they want, they can peck grass or insects. These conditions differ from those of poultry farms, where 13 chickens per meter live in a cramped cage. An important aspect in breeding poultry is the satisfaction of its 5 freedoms. The first one is freedom for hunger and thirst. The next are freedom from discomfort, pain, injuries, and suffering, and normal behavior. When poultry is bred without stress, its biological metabolic processes are stable. Then don't stop and don't change abruptly, like for example from growth stimulants. That is, the bird gains weight at a moderate rate. It is calm and happy. Society started paying greater attention to a human attitude towards animals. Those farmers who treat their animals according to their needs, comply with sanitary norms, and select preventive probiotics and prebiotics produce the best product in the end, says Mykyta. Scientists selected breeds of chickens suitable for an organic cultivation for Oleksandr Shcherbyna. Thanks to this, now he has his own theory and answer to the question posed by many scientists: what came first, the chicken or the egg? I think the egg came first. Then a chick hatched from the egg, became a hen, and then there was an egg. And that's how the process began. In organics, they take care that all begins with an organic egg. We can buy a day-old chicken, grow it in 6 months, and feed it with organic fodder. The quality of which must be confirmed by the corresponding health and safety certificates. In this way, we get an organic chicken that then lays organic eggs. The egg is the basis of the universe in the midst of many people. It embodies rebirth, spring sun, transition from non-being to being. In Chinese philosophy, it is the integrity of heaven and earth. Buddhists break the shell of ignorance to be reborn. In Greek Orphism, the egg is the secret of life, creation and resurrection. The Egyptian god of sun, Ra, hatches from it. For Ukrainians, the egg is the symbol of the beginning of all beginnings. In the folk tale, яйце, райце, herds and flocks of domestic animals come out of it, which invariably leads to prosperity and abundance. I chose birds by the amount of eggs they lay. We have 2 breeds at our farm, Tetra SL and Lohman Brown. We brought Lohman Brown eggs from Germany and incubated them ourselves. As for Tetra day-old chickens, we bought them in the Cherkasy Oblast and also grew them into birds that lay eggs. Our hen house is a year old. They lay eggs for 6 months and we sell the eggs on the domestic market. By their nature, chicks lay 1 egg a day, but they have periods when they lay less. They are also affected by temperature changes and weather conditions. We now have 400 chickens that lay about 250 to 300 eggs per day. The breed Tetra was bred by Hungarian breeders. They grow fast and they start laying eggs in the 21st week. The German Lohmann brown hens are similar in many ways. To breed such hens, they use hybrids obtained by inbreed crossing, the so-called crossbreeds. In a year, it is better to put the chicks into soup. The broth will be low in fat with soft dietary meat because they eat grain mixtures. They consume corn grain, pea grain and bran, only organic products. Therefore, the egg is considered organic. Our chickens are also forbidden to eat meat and bone flour and fish meal, because those are considered waste products. But in the summer, they supplement the diet with worms and bugs, in other words, everything they can find in the free range. Free range is a popular system of growing birds, both abroad and in Ukraine, and it is widely used in order to improve the living conditions for laying hens. According to the free-range system, when the chicken wanders around and gets all the necessary vitamins, its egg becomes better. Although, since there is no clear prohibition on feeding, a lot of things can get into the animal's body. Therefore, I recommend eating organic eggs, as an organic product certificate confirms that there are no pesticides, herbicides or antibiotics, neither in feeding nor in growing, and these eggs are clean and beneficial.
Немає ніяких ні пестицидів, ні гербіцидів, ні антибіотиків. І ці яйця, вони чисті і корисні.
It is clean and comfortable in the hen house built by Shcherbyna. The floor is covered with shellfish and sawdust. Drinkers are clean and feeders are full. Here, even the nests are covered with curtains. Their number is also calculated, 1 for a dozen hens. But they're sociable birds, so 2 of them sit in a room. Collection of eggs is simplified by drawers. This way they don't crack or get dirty. Our yolk is not quite yellow. It depends on the breed of chickens. The shell is brown and we don't use dyes. I like watching the hens. They have an interesting energy about them. And now you can hear that a hen has just laid an egg. I plan to buy 1,000 chickens, and when they start laying eggs in about half a year, we will sell these hens or use them for meat. The new herd will be kept in this room. In 2017, Ukraine increased the supply of chicken eggs to foreign markets by 1.5 times. The main buyers were Asian countries, which purchased $5.5 billion worth of this product, the EU $4,177,000, and Africa $2 billion. In total, 40% of the total production of Ukrainian hens is exported. Oleksandr Shcherbyna also grows worms. However, they are not for chicken, but for cucumbers. He says that worm juice helps the gherkins in his greenhouse grow and bear fruit rapidly. We feed our cucumbers with juice that we get from Californian worms. It is a product of organic matter processed by worms. It is what we call organic residues. The resulting juice will dilute with water in a ratio of 1 to 10 and then feed our plants with it. These little hard workers work around the clock to ensure that our plants feel comfortable and are filled with nutrients. Oleksandr Shcherbyna had to go for an experiment to enrich the land. After all, the soil in the Zhytomyr Oblast is sandy clay, but there it is in boxes and is saturated with water. Cucumbers grow to about 20 centimeters in a week. They're crunchy, tasty and very sweet. polycarbonate greenhouse with an area of 280 square meters with radiators and spraying works all year round. The demand for the product is insatiable. Therefore, the farmer is preparing to expand this area as well.
Чому гірки?
Why cucumbers? Well, probably because I love cucumbers and I always recall my childhood. My grandfather always grew delicious Nizhin cucumbers. They were crispy and also sweet. I also tried growing them and I succeeded.
Я ці огірки теж спробував вирощувати, і в мене вийшло.
The farmer is proud that he has fresh chicken eggs and cucumbers all year round. For him, these are essential products. After all, they're the main ingredients of his favorite salad, and they're grown with his own hands to boot. When I bring a couple kilograms of cucumbers to my friend's party and a tray of eggs, everyone watches with interest. They say that the taste of these products is different and not the same as those of standard production. So they all support me and invite me to come here in the summer to have a look around and help with something. Some friends even want to invest in my business here. Farming is relevant now. Organic farming even more.
Фермерство і органічне фермерство зараз актуальне. Цьому році я планую.
This year I plan. I already rented 10 hectares of land. Some more people want to rent me their plots, but that's a slightly more difficult process as their lands are not organic. They can be converted into organic in a few years. There's a transition period for that. We will keep developing. Oleksandr's example is inspiring. He changed his profession of a supplier of electrical equipment for industrial enterprises to farming. He became successful in a year, and now his friends also want to eat healthy organic food and work with pleasure.
Підтримую ініціативу Олександра.
I strongly support Oleksandr's initiative. It just beckons me. I'm a businessman, but I keep looking for things to do on the side.
Десь трошки розглядаю щось подібне, яким чином займатися.
Natural products are right up my alley, my mainstream. I eat natural food.
Натуральною їжею.
There's a tangible demand for organic products on the European market. Organic certificates promote sales. The biggest exports of green cucumbers are to Belarus and Poland. Turkey is competitor there. Nevertheless, last year Ukraine increased the export of cucumbers, which amounted to 4,000 tons. In Ukraine, organic and natural products are appreciated. They're sold in specialized stores. They're also popular in fast food chains, where they cook on the principle straight from the garden bed. After all, the main criterion of choice is eating fresh, pure foods grown without chemicals. When I go to the store, I talk to the vendors and ask them what their products are made of. If they recommend any dishes, I do my best to try them out. Inorganic cucumbers or tomatoes have a different taste. I can feel the difference now and therefore prefer organic products. A lot of customers come for vegetable salads, for organic salads. They all really like those. The assortment constantly changes depending on the season. And this salad with eggs and cucumber is made all year round. It's always nutritious and delicious. The child eats borscht, loves salads, and really likes pilaf, right? Oleksandr Shcherbyna believes that organic foods are the future. He rejoices when the products produced on his farm are in demand. He opened the restaurant and now he's in a hurry with deliveries, so that the chain straight from the garden bed to the table is shortened even more and to enrich the variety of dishes. I also plan to grow organic piglets. I want to build a small farm, grow a little more chickens. There is a high demand for these products. It fascinates me. And we're doing a good thing for people. We do not pollute the environment and we make organic products. This year we will buy 1,000 more laying hens and finish construction. I'm excited about my business, and the number of eggs is also important to me. It's interesting and exciting at the same time.
Це азартно, так.